Again, that's a question for the prosecutor's office. The police chief may be able to dig more into that. But personally, I hope they do, because we've got to do something to send a message to this community that is unacceptable.
Chief, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I want to echo what's been said already. I'm frustrated. This is the second time we've been doing this in 2 weeks. And I'll tell you that from a week ago, that investigation is ongoing, but we should have information in the next couple days that we'll be delivering to the prosecutor, a request for prosecution in that case. In this case, I do anticipate there'll be criminal charges. It is an ongoing investigation, but certainly no criminal charges against the 8-year-old. We're talking about a victim here. That child is a victim. And I am certainly thankful that we're not talking about other victims, because we're talking about a loaded semi-automatic handgun, a bullet in the chamber. If you're familiar with that, it means any child that had picked up that bag, that manipulated the trigger, even through the bag, could have fired that handgun. It could have easily killed someone. So that 8-year-old is a victim. I'm just thankful that we're not talking about any other victims today.
Do you have any officers in the district inside the buildings?
We don't have officers inside the building, so GRPS security, we have a very good relationship with them. We're in constant communication. We did respond to this incident to recover the gun and do an investigation alongside them.
I'm sure you've talked to these students, but have either of the two said why they brought these guns to school?
I'm not at liberty to say what either the 8 or 7-year-old said, because of how the juvenile law works, but we have had good discussions with the students, the witness students, the faculty. Everybody's been real cooperative. Everybody understands how serious this is and how it could have been a real tragedy averted.
And the parents of these juveniles
That's who, absolutely. Yeah, without getting into specifics, the questions that we're looking for is, number one, is this gun registered? Number two, is the gun a legal gun? Is there something? Is it a stolen firearm, perhaps? Is the adult who possessed this gun legally allowed to possess this gun? And then how did the child have access to the gun? So each one of those has a different element of criminal charges to it, depending on where the investigation leads us. And then something, as I mentioned last time we spoke, is that in a few months from now, this law is going to take effect, that there are laws exactly on point to allowing a child access to a handgun, whether loaded or not. And that's going to be an additional charge, but I'm very confident that there will be criminal charges in both these incidents regardless.
Chief, is that how the